Peterborough United strikers Mo Eisa and Ivan Toney and midfielders Marcus Maddison and George Boyd went down to the food hall at Marks and Spencer's to spend the money that has been collected through the players, the staff, management and co-owners, which will go towards the local food bank. They went down to the store to do the shopping, and we caught up with first team coach Aaron Mclean to find out more about the concept.
So Aaron, thank you so much for firstly letting me be a part of this. What an amazing cause. So tell me a little bit about why you've decided to get involved and what this personally means to you.
So for me personally, I've never been affected by being homeless or anything like that, but it's always been an area that I always look at and think especially as footballers, we can do so much more. And we always talk about, it'd be good to do this, good to do that. I think it kind of takes someone to actually do it before other people kind of follow. So, a little while ago I was getting the train into work, and there was a lot of homeless people at King's Cross Station, and from there I just thought I'm gonna set something up that kind of hopefully has an impact. And Peterborough were more than happy to kind of put my idea forward and kind of allow me to do it. And I think it's something that, having spoken to other players at different clubs, they're fully behind it, and I'm hoping that this really does have a kind of starts a chain reaction and hopefully makes a massive difference in a lot of cities.
Definitely, I think it's an amazing way. You guys definitely have a platform to most certainly get involved. What would you like the outcome to be? What would you like, in hindsight, to achieve, would you say?
The idea behind it really is to help as many people as possible in as many different cities as possible. The three players that are nominated, Danny Rose at Spurs, Conor Hourihane at Aston Villa and Liam Cooper at Leeds. The idea behind that is we get to touch Leeds, Birmingham and London. That's the idea. I want it to be as national as possible and help as many different cities as possible. For myself, being able to do it in Peterborough, a place that I've been associated with Peterborough for a long time, and I've seen how bad it is out on the streets. The opportunity for me to kind of help the local community here and kind of build a bridge between us and the food banks in the surrounding areas. I think it's massive for me. I get a massive satisfaction from that, and hopefully the other players that are participating in it will get the same as well.
Adam, why is it so important to Marks and Spencer's and yourself personally to get involved with a cause like this?
Personally, for me, being a local lad, it's really important to provide Peterborough community with support. Marks and Spencer's were a family-orientated company, and it's just good to give something back, be working with the local professional football team in Peterborough United, and being a huge posh fan. It's a fantastic opportunity.
When you heard of the concept, I guess it was a no-brainer to get involved and try and help, really.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really important for us to be involved and support our local community, and we do a lot of work all year round in providing support for local charities, and we work all year round with our local food banks to give them the surplus food, so it's just nice to bring this to a wider audience and get this out there.
Now, how vital is it that we give back to the community that, as of when we can, would you say?
Yeah, it's really vital for us, and so much so that we've provided a donation on behalf of M&S today to this local community, and it's quite a large one, so that shows us with our integrity and being supporting to this cause. So Aaron, obviously we're here at Marks and Spencer's. How have they helped to be a part of this?
Well, as funny enough, I spoke to Angie Blanchett, who's my best friend. Daniel is his mother. And she works at Marks and Spencer's part-time. She just does a few days to help out. And I kind of told her what it was that I wanted to do. And she said, we do a lot for the food banks in and around Peterborough. So we kind of just came together, and she spoke to the management here. And as soon as they heard what we wanted to do, they wanted to get on board. And it's kind of gone a stage further where they've said that every club that kind of gets involved, they'll be more than happy to kind of help fund it, kind of thing. So now I think Marks and Spencer's are kind of going to be almost partners with us in moving forward with this, and every club that gets involved, you know, they'll go to their local Marks and Spencers to go and get the food and the other bits to kind of donate. So, you know, I can't thank Marks and Spencers enough for being part of it, and, you know, hopefully this can really catch fire and be a national thing.
So Mo, tell me, how have you found today?
I've never done something like this before, so my first time experiencing it. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it a lot, to be fair, and hopefully we could do many more of this. So we had, like, each of us had a different set of items to get. We had a different sheet. We had I think soups, some homemade. We had crisps as well. So
we've come from Marks and Spencers, we've brought it back here. Now this is obviously all going to be distributed. But what does it obviously mean to you personally, being involved and actually seeing something from start to finish?
Obviously it's different from like my like what I'm not used to. Obviously seeing this, like you see it a lot, but I'm not really involved in. This is the first time being involved, like I said, and it's different. Like coming here, seeing what these guys do, it's amazing, and obviously we're just grateful for them, really, and hopefully, like I said, many more clubs can get involved in this.
Thank you so much for having us here, Juliet. Amazing products here. I know that we've just come from Marks and Spencers itself and bought a number of food items. What would you say, what kind of food do people need to be bringing? What is going to be beneficial for those people out there?
Yeah, so the things that we really need are the non-perishable items, ideally. We do take a little bit of fresh food, but because of our storage issues, it's mainly the tinned items. So we're always in need of tinned meat, instant mash, because that's really good. It's really lightweight for the clients to take home. Long life fruit juice, long life milk for the cereals and things like that. But yeah, all the tinned stuff that would make a breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So making sure we keep those on those lists. So I know that we've bought the food here, but what is the process next? Obviously, we're in the warehouse, you're storing the food here. Yeah. What happens?
Okay, so when the food comes in, I have a team of volunteers who are lovely. Yeah. They sort it all out into date types. So obviously, like any large supermarket, really, that's how we operate. We make sure that we get out the short life food first. So it all has to be dated, and then it goes onto stock. And then what happens is we pick food. So just like a distribution centre for a supermarket, we send it to our centres. We've got 7 food bank centres around Peterborough where the clients go, and so our food goes there so that we can then give the food to the clients.
Perfect. And how often does this happen? I know that we've had quite a lot of intake because obviously harvest at the moment, but is it weekly? How is it?
Yeah, we need donations all the time because we've gone up 50% in the clients that we're seeing, which is a bit sad. Yeah. So we need a lot of food. So yeah, it comes in daily. We go to collect. We've got collection points at local supermarkets who support us. So that's people doing their shopping and donating an item in there, which is great. So we go and pick up from there. Local companies will do collections for us maybe once or twice a year. And obviously, like you say, Harvest Festival, the schools and churches, and then leading up to Christmas giving. A lot of people do giving at Christmas, which is great, but we need food all year round.
Yeah, perfect. And how can people get involved? You know, say someone wanted to go, you know, to their local supermarket, or say they want to go to the local food bank. How can we get involved? How can we get it, you know, more of attraction for people?
Well, we'll have the food bank in your local community, you know. That's the main place. Yeah. The main place is to go to the food bank in your local community, but you know, we'll have a few things up on the website that shows where we're going. Yeah. And I'm sure there'll be different links of where to go. Also, we're gonna have the hashtag Food for Thought. So you'll be able to go on there, and we'll post some things on there where people can go, and if they want to donate, then that'll be the place to do it.